Holidays are creeping up on us, and for many that means those virtual and in-store shopping baskets will be full of gifts for friends and family. But how do we make sure that holiday spending doesn't derail our budget? Here with tips is Kathryn Matherly. She's the program manager at the Financial Empowerment Center here in Roanoke. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So we're saying, it feels a little bit more like the season and the countdown is happening. How close are we to the holidays?
A little over 7 weeks away.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a shocking number. And I feel like a lot of people hear that and say, okay, now's the time to make my to-do list. But you're saying before you jump into the shopping aspect, we should maybe be strategic about what we're doing with our finances. How do we plan ahead?
There's a couple different ways you can come at that. It's never too early to start. So I know that we don't want to think about the holidays too early, but it doesn't hurt to go ahead and start breaking down how much you're saving for the holiday season. On average, most Americans spend about $1,000 on Christmas each year or on the holiday season each year. So it's never too early to start.
No, and then being realistic with those budgets too. About $1,000 I feel like sounds really big, but when you think about all the people you have to buy for, you have to be kind of very realistic about who's going to be on the shopping list this year. So what advice do you have for people who might say, okay, that sounds like maybe out of my budget this year, $1,000 or whatever they typically plan? What would be a way to maybe be more strategic about what we're spending?
Yeah, I am of the opinion that you can gift experiences if you have abilities around crafting things or making certain items with your children. That could be a nice experience and a way to cut costs for the holiday season too.
Absolutely, some DIY gifts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something from the heart can be even better about that. Are there any tips you'd give to somebody who says, okay, I want to make a change. We're getting closer to the new year. How do we maybe look at our finances a little bit differently and maybe a little bit better as we come into a new year and a new season?
I mean, you can always come to the Roanoke FEC, of course, but typically you just want to make sure that you're doing something that's realistic for your own budget. You're taking into account all of the other things and expenses that you have on your plate, and you just want to make sure that you're accounting for everything that will come up in the future.
Absolutely. When we hear the word budget, I know a lot of times people, sometimes myself, it feels like, okay, how do I even start making a budget? What would be the first thing you'd recommend to a family who maybe came into the Financial Empowerment Center or just somebody listening today to say, this is how you even figure out what that budget should be?
Yeah, I like to say start with your income, get everything that you have coming in, and then you can go take a look back. Take 3 to 6 months of your statements so that you can actually see what you're spending, not just what you think you're spending. Put those into categories, subtract them all out, and see where you land.
Very practical advice, because sometimes what we think we're spending and what we're actually spending don't always perfectly align too. So tell us more about the Financial Empowerment Center. This is a resource in our area for the last few years. What do you all do here in Roanoke?
Well, we are a partnership from the city of Roanoke, so they are the service provider and we are contracted to provide that service from Freedom First Enterprises, which is the nonprofit associated with Freedom First Credit Union.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So what kind of programs do you offer people? What kind of counseling do you provide?
We provide financial counseling, so that can be a wide array of different types of services. For most folks, it's just getting a better plan for their finances, understanding what's realistic for them, and just hopefully helping them feel better overall about their financial picture. We typically help folks with credit repair, debt management, like you mentioned, budgeting and money management, but really it's just taking the overall approach to their lifestyle, what's going to fit for them, and what's going to make the most sense.
And the key to this is that it's very personalized.
Yes.
So if you're looking to learn more about the Financial Empowerment Center, I believe we have their information right there on your screen. You can give them a call, send an email, or just check out their website. There's a lot of great resources there. So Kathryn, thank you for the help, and hopefully this gives people more confidence going into the holidays.
Hope so too.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much.